This week's ACT practice problem has to do with the line of best fit. So the question is, which of the following would be an approximate slope of the line that best describes the data in the graph? Now, when we're thinking about line of best fit, when we have a data set like this, where the data is given to us in a coordinate plane, really you're just looking for an approximate line that would identify or describe the data. Okay, so that line, there's a few on the right hand side of the line, there's a few on the left hand side of the line, but that's about the line that would describe this data. Okay, now the first thing that I'm noticing in this line is that we have a positive slope, right? Now the way I think about positive slope and negative slope is if I have a graph where if we were playing 2D Mario, a 2D Mario game, does the little Mario run uphill, then it's positive, or does the little Mario run, oh, that's the same, run downhill? In this case, it'd be negative. So if we're playing not Super Smash Bros. One of the older games with Mario, if you're playing a 2D Mario game, if Mario's running uphill, it's positive. If it's running downhill, it's negative. So when we look at our graph this time, Mario is running uphill, right? Or we have an increasing slope. So we know we have a positive slope, or not increasing, but we have a positive slope, right? We have a constant slope when we're dealing with a line. Now, then we're looking at, so at least we know that A and C won't be options. Now we're looking at slope, the number, okay? The easiest way for me to think about this is either rise over run, or you could look at it as y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. In this case, you don't really have to worry about the subscripts, but really what that's showing is just the difference in the y and the difference in the x. So let's go over here to our line, and we can just choose a couple spots, maybe a couple points. Now on my line, I think this point, 612, and this point, 816, are pretty close to the line. Remember, this is just an approximation of the slope. So if I do rise over run, what I can do is I can count up from 12 to 16. So we have 1, 2, 3, or wait, let's see, 12 to 16, right? So we're going to end up with 4. I think our lines, I might have drawn the graph wrong. Yeah, I did draw the graph wrong. But it's going to be 4, right? So from 12 to 16, we get a rise of 4 over run would be from 6 to 8. So we get a run of 2. So in that case, our slope is going to be 4 divided by 2. We get 2. If we looked at it in this other way, when we're looking at y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, we can take y2, which is going to be our 16, minus y1, which is our 12, over x2, we have 8, minus x1. From our graph, we get 6. Here, 16 minus 12, we get 4. 8 minus 6, we get 2. There again, we get a slope of 2. Okay, so this way is easier if we don't have a graph. And then this way, it can sometimes be easier if we can look at the graph and actually count. Now, if I draw the graph wrong, then it makes it a little bit harder. But so in this case, our answer is E. It's a positive 2, right? So we have a positive slope because Mario's running uphill, and we have a slope of 2 because the rise over the run is 4 over 2, which equals 2.